everybody. This is your host, Manny, and today we're going to be talking about the MCU, and what I mean by that is the return of the Incredible Hulk. Now, if you have been watching this channel for a while now, one of the main concerns or complaints I had about Endgame was that it killed the Hulk character, right? In many ways than just how he looks. And one of those things, the main reason for it was that I'm under the belief that, hey, if Thanos was to fight the Hulk in the comics, which he has, and he was to beat the Hulk in the comics, which he has, the Hulk wouldn't just have some sort of PTSD and be like, oh, I don't want to fight that guy again. No, he's the Incredible Hulk. He would be looking forward to a rematch, and he will say, I am going to take you down, right? That's why he's called the Incredible Hulk. The angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. And the more he loses or, things don't go his way, the more angry he gets. So I just didn't understand the whole reason why they had to. I guess they had to nerf him so that way they can make Thanos look that much more intimidating. But still, I thought they did the boy wrong. You didn't need to kill the entire personality or the aura of the character just so that way you can make another villain look great. And yes, Thanos looks great, but even if he didn't do that to the Hulk, maybe you just had him beat the Hulk for once instead of like completely embarrassing him, making him just change his whole opinion on the world. I don't know. They just could have gone a better way about it, and we would have been looking forward to it. I still think the best Hulk representation is probably the movie The Incredible Hulk, which is before Mark Ruffalo came on board. And, it's supposed to be canon to the MCU. And in fact, it is treated as canon to the MCU, but we've just never seen the Hulk again. Now, I did like the Hulk in the Avengers movies until, again, we got to Infinity War. And then I think they did even more damage to him through the introduction of She-Hulk. And for that reason, again, I think they keep on using the Hulk as a measuring stick to where it's like, okay, everybody knows he's the Incredible Hulk. We know how strong he is and everything. And so they go ahead and purposely make other characters beat him or belittle him so that way you can be like, okay, oh my God, he stood up to the Hulk. Oh my God, she stood up to the Hulk. Okay, so now they're automatically at an insane strength level that we would expect them to be. And for what? Like Thanos, he got beaten once and now he's not going to be brought back, and he may be brought back to fight against Dr. Doom, where they're going to do the Hulk treatment to him, and they're going to have the whole, I'm sorry, not the whole, but we're going to have Dr. Doom beat Thanos. And again, and those are rumors, they may not even happen, but still, I wouldn't doubt it because it is Marvel, and I feel like they do kind of mess up with their power scaling. So we are going to be watching this video called Marvel to finally bring back Savage Hulk, no more Professor Hulk, by the Cosmic Wonder. So without further ado, guys, if you guys haven't checked out his channel, it's amazing, almost 1 million subscribers. Hopefully we can get there sometime. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, check it out, the rest of their videos. But we're going to go ahead and check out this specific one for now. So let's go ahead and get started.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. It's been a really long time in the MCU since we have seen Bruce Banner's Hulk actually Hulk out. And I specifically mention Bruce Banner's Hulk because now we have multiple Hulks in the MCU. We have Bruce Banner's cousin, She-Hulk, in which we do have an update about her that we'll go over in this video. And we have Red Hulk,
And I'm going to say the Red Hulk looked more intimidating than the Incredible Hulk, and it's not supposed to be that way.
Did recently see go Savage in Captain America Brave New World. The scene where Captain America goes up against Red Hulk is arguably the best scene in that entire movie, and I wish it was a lot longer.
That CGI
though. Saw once again what a truly angry Savage Hulk could be. What we want Bruce Banner's Hulk to be, what we've hoped would eventually happen to him once again in the MCU, because I think fans are kind of over the Professor Hulk / Bro Hulk. Well,
count me in. I never liked that character in the first place.
What we're going to be getting again. Plus, not to mention, in the Avengers Secret Wars concept art that was leaked, we see the Hulk, She-Hulk, and who we believe is Hulk's.
Okay, before I continue on to this video or watching this video, amazing video. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing video. I haven't watched it in entirety yet. But the Cosmic Wonder, he always has amazing content, so I don't doubt this to be any different. But keep in mind, these are leaked images of a supposed leak. Okay, so what I mean is, like, these are not confirmed leaks. These are just what people are assuming to be concept art. I mean, it could literally just be something that somebody went on to ChatGPT and was like, hey, give me a realistic take of blah, 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 right? So whatever. But let's assume that these leaks are true and this is actually how it's going to be. By the way, we'll do a movie video on that at some point of those leaks and what we think of them and everything. So stay tuned for that, but let's go ahead and go with this.
Son Scar in full Hulk form. It doesn't look like Professor Hulk. And this new report about Hulk's future actually explains what this scene is from the concept art and why there are...
Correct me if I'm wrong. I truly very, very much, I won't say hated, but I very much disliked the Hulk or the She-Hulk series. But I think I heard him say earlier in this video as well, are they cousins? And in this concept art that's supposed to be their son, are they from Alabama?
Other Hulks in the background there. If you notice, there are lots of Hulks in this photo. And to top it all off, it sounds like Marvel Studios might have changed what their plans were for World War Hulk and Hulk in the MCU in general. Now, the return of Hulk going savage is most likely linked directly with what we are seeing in this.
By the way, just came across my mind, as much as I loved the Hulk and Avengers 1 and Age of Ultron and all that stuff, right? I think the most savage he was in the MCU, besides the Incredible Hulk, which I'm just going to go ahead and put to the side because I don't think Marvel will ever match that again. But I would say it was Ragnarok. I think that Hulk was just straight up Hulk, right? He was just a warrior Hulk. And even though you can say, yeah, he had more Hulk out moments in the other movies, I just think that was like the more pure savage Hulk in that movie for a reason, right? They had a whole thing about that. But I really thought that the end of that movie was going to lead to World Breaker Hulk, which unfortunately never came to be. And we ended up with Professor Hulk out of all. So
leaked concept art photo. Reliable insider Alex Perez from the
there it is, man. That was so cool.
On his Discord, what the craziest and exciting thing that he's heard about the Hulk is, he replied with the return of him going savage, which again,
I mean, trust me,
to hear. Fans want.
I am hoping
back.
that's the case.
The huge and angry Hulk back. We want to see Hulk smash. It's what.
Yes.
But he also said something else that was very interesting. Another person asked about She-Hulk and Hulk and possibly Scar in the concept art that was leaked, asking what that's all about. And Alex replied with Greenland in Secret Wars. Now, for those who know what Greenland in Secret Wars is, you automatically know that this concept art makes perfect sense. And for those who don't worry, I'll explain. In Secret Wars in the comics, there's only one thing left in the entirety of the
They're going to move to Europe, to Greenland.
Multiverse. The whole multiverse is destroyed.
I'm kidding.
Battleworld. Battleworld was quite literally created by God Emperor Doom. The multiverse is destroyed, but Battleworld is created with remnants of different universes. And there's about 40 different areas that make up Battleworld.
I still don't understand how they're gonna explain all this, given that we only have Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four left.
Baron. Well, in the comics, Greenland was the biggest territory in Battleworld. In the comics, the world that Greenland consisted of was hit with a bunch of gamma bombs, and it turned part of it into a desert-like wasteland, which would then be inhabited by a bunch of different Hulks and Hulk-like creatures, gamma-irradiated creatures. So basically, gamma bombs turned a bunch of people into Hulks, and that is basically Greenland in Battleworld. So what we are seeing in this concept art is reported.
It's funny because Greenland is like one of those very peaceful countries. And in this one, they changed the name of Greenland to, an entire country full of Hulks. So there's probably a lot of fighting.
Greenland, which explains why there are so many different Hulks in the background of this photo. So what it seems to be like here, in my little theory.
Wait a minute. Look at that kid in the corner, in the corner all the way over there. Look over there. I mean, is that kid crying or just about to like Hulk out? I mean, look at the hands. Shoo. Imagine like they do a scene where everybody just hulks out at the same time.
is that obviously
Hey,
She-Hulk,
that's
Hulk,
like an
and his
MCU
son
comedy
Scar
type of thing right
survive the
there.
events of Avengers Doomsday. They survive the multiverse collapse, make it to Battleworld, and then they hear about a section that is ruled entirely by Hulks. Like there's a whole civilization that is just of Hulks. And we can assume that Hulk and She-Hulk will be a part of the battle against Doom in Avengers Doomsday. Hulk is an
Well,
OG
that's a
Avenger.
given.
Plus,
It
we know
has
that
to
Bruce
be.
Banner keeps in contact with people like Wong and Captain Marvel. We saw that in the post-credit scene for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So we know he's going to be involved with the Avengers team going against Doom. So my theory is that in Avengers Secret Wars on Battleworld, he'll find out about Greenland, this entire section filled with a bunch of Hulks. And when our key characters start to go up against Doom and start to come up with their plan on how they're going to take him down, the Hulk, She-Hulk, and Scar go to Greenland to recruit other Hulks. Now, where does Savage Hulk come into play
Hulk
in all
army?
of this? One would probably assume going up against Doom.
Batman
in
right
fact,
there.
Doom might even use his sorcery to make Hulk come out. Maybe even possibly try to turn the Hulk against the Avengers. We're not sure at this point in time, but the fact that Savage Hulk is coming.
Listen, I know God Emperor Doom is like, that's a leaked art, right? So that's supposed to be the strongest version of Doom, and he is a God Emperor Doom. So he is like a very, very powerful character, probably one of the strongest characters in the Marvel universe. But I like, if they're gonna use him, can they just like, I don't know, come up with something a little bit more original? I know Secret Wars is like this, I know everything, but if we're gonna go off of the assumptions that they are going to go ahead and have at least a little bit of differentiation between the comics and the movies, let's give people like the Hulk is hulking out for the sake of him hulking out, not because Doom is making him. Because then it makes it feel like, that gives me the thought that if Doom is the one causing him to hulk out by like mind control or something, then by the end of the movie, whether they beat Doom or not, it's just going to be him once again, even more so. Oh, I don't want that Hulk to come out again. I regret my decision. I regret doing this. Blah. Man, just stop. Just pop out of it. Just make up some dumb reason why he becomes Savage again. Nobody will care that he transitioned from Professor Hulk. Nobody even cares about Professor Hulk, okay? Everybody clowns on him, except the very few that I guess have no taste in who the Hulk is as a character and what he represents in the comics. So just turn them back. Nobody will care, even if it's for the dumbest reason.
Back is just amazing. And according to Alex Perez, She-Hulk is going to be there as well and will be a part of the Avengers team. When asked about She-Hulk's role in Avengers Secret Wars and Doomsday,
her show failed, so she's going to have to be involved in other things.
Understanding, she doesn't want to be an Avenger, but she gets forced into it anyways, as we saw from the concept art. Now, the concept art is from Avengers
this was one of the dumbest scenes. Listen, if I had the choice of ever not watching one MCU show, it would be She-Hulk. And I regret that I even watched it. And I'm one of those people, no matter how terrible something is, if I start something, I gotta finish it. And trust me, when I was watching that, I was literally regretting to ever come across it and thinking of the show, man.
We all assume to go into Battleworld immediately in Avengers Doomsday would be a mistake storytelling wise. We already don't have a lot of time to build up to Doom. Our big bad hasn't been mentioned or shown in the MCU at all yet. So to go into a movie where they have to explain a good decent amount of his backstory and why he's the villain of the film, and to go into him becoming God Emperor Doom and building Battleworld right away, well, that's a lot and really not any build up at all. So we are assuming this is for Secret Wars, and Battleworld will most likely be created at the end of Doomsday. Basically,
have to skip the ad on that, guys.
Infinity War, where the heroes lost. The same thing will most likely happen in Doomsday. Doom wins, the multiverse gets destroyed, but Doom creates Battleworld. So She-Hulk might not be involved in Avengers Doomsday.
See, what I'm thinking is they've got to introduce Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four, right? They just have to. I know that they're having Galactus as the villain in Fantastic Four based on the trailers, but there's no way that they don't have like some type of segue into Doctor Doom, because you gotta at least like give people, let's assume people going into the Avengers movies are people that are not familiar with the comics and they don't know who Doctor Doom is at all. So, like, if they can do like a brief, at least showcase of the character, be like, "Oh my God, who is that?" And you find out it's Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four, and then now you fast forward to maybe the next time he comes. I believe he'll be introduced in Doomsday, and I think in or not introduced, but he will be in Doomsday. But if you introduce them in Fantastic Four, and then in Doomsday, it's a whole Thanos situation where, you know, he's just going around and maybe just collecting something, I don't know, trying to become God Emperor. And in there, he, you know, he's going through the multiverse and he kills Thanos and gets the Infinity Gauntlet and snaps and then becomes the God Emperor Doom in a whole different reality to where now he's going to be, you know, again, taking bits and pieces of the multiverses and putting them on the map for Secret Wars. That makes a little bit more sense too, versus just be like, okay, let's not show Doom until Doomsday, and then we'll get to the explanation later. Like, I really hope, for the sake of the MCU's future, like they actually have a game plan that they're working with, and this isn't just a last second scrap. I know Kang was supposed to be the next step, but that was years ago. I hope they put those years into actual, production and are able to come up with the best move forward with this movie coming up or this Avengers series coming up.
But it looks like she is going to reunite with her cousin and her nephew in Avengers Secret Wars. Now, over the past few years, we've heard
so
a
maybe
lot
she's
about
not
a
the mom.
World War Hulk project. And making a World War Hulk movie or project certainly does seem like was the plan for Marvel Studios, at least at the time. But now with a lot of changes that Marvel Studios has done recently, and based off of a few things that insider Alex Perez says,
World War Hulk, is that what it was? Okay, I thought it was World Breaker Hulk.
It was clear they were trying to set something up with the Hulk, with a Red Hulk coming into the MCU, with She-Hulk with the Sun Scar. Super Soldier serums are also going to be a big part of the Thunderbolts movie. It did seem like it was leading to a World War Hulk movie that wasn't going to be a reflection from the comic story, but essentially be a movie where a lot of different Hulks exist in one world. Not like the comic story at all. But Alex said some interesting things that might give us a little insight on the future of World War Hulk. He was asked,
maybe the leaks were
Captain
like
America Brave
lost
New World
projects
has released,
too, you know?
how do you think he will be a central element in setting up a Hulk movie? And I'm assuming they're talking about Red Hulk here, but Alex responded with, not certain they'll tie in much. And another question asking, how do you think the leader, Red Hulk, Betty Ross, and Abomination will fit into the World War Hulk movie? Alex said, I don't even know if that's going to happen in the current landscape we're in, but we'll see.
What?
So here's the thing. We know that Marvel Studios has basically switched their focus to everything that's going to happen between now and Avengers Secret Wars.
Yeah,
to
but
making all of the story.
Okay, Captain America Brave New World was literally a movie, Captain America movie, involving the Hulk villains, from Ross to even like that other Doctor Doom. Again, I forgot his name because he was forgettable like that. How could they like have the Red Hulk in a Captain America movie where he's a president, where everybody knows who he is, and not have him be present in any of the Hulk movies coming forward, like, or anytime soon? That makes zero sense. You would think that, seeing this broadcasted live the way that they had shown it, Bruce Banner would now be interested and he wants to meet him. But okay, makes sense.
Basically be about Doom and whatever's going on in the end of the multiverse saga here. This doesn't include the projects that they've already done, like we're getting the Ironheart series and the Wonder Man series. These were all filmed and done before they changed what they were doing with the end of the multiverse saga. But everything new that they're going to do has to fall into the realm of the Doom story. So before, they might have had a World War Hulk movie planned, but since everything's changed recently, that might not be the case anymore. Instead, they probably just have plans for the Hulk to Hulk out once again, and for him and She-Hulk and maybe his son Scar.
I mean, I'm hoping for that
in Avengers Doomsday, possibly getting a bunch of other Hulks to help them out, which would kind of be like what they had planned before, having a bunch of Hulks on one world. Except in this situation, it obviously wouldn't be a World War Hulk project, it would exist inside of the next Avengers films. And this could work because it essentially might kind of be what we would have gotten from a movie.
Also, this scene right here, I mean, the dude has like instant regeneration, is the strongest out there. I guess this was just shown. Again, he is just used as a measuring stick, right? Like this moment right here where he like practically lost his arm was to show you how strong the gauntlet is. And yet a human like Robert Downey Jr. was able to use it and not feel a thing, right? Where like, look at this dude. He's in so much pain. And then, it's just, they've done so much damage to the whole character. I genuinely think still, he's such a popular character that all you need to do is say he's a savage again, that he's the Incredible Hulk again, and everything will be forgotten. Literally, like I could forget everything else if he just hulks out and just started destroying everything.
Anyways, the World War Hulk project was already going to be nothing like the World War Hulk / Planet Hulk story from the comics, and I've seen online that this was a pretty big disappointment to a lot of fans. So instead of making that whole story a movie in the MCU,
yeah, even the Tim Norton movies were great.
Wars would
or movie was great.
The better. If we're not going to get a true World War Hulk story, we'll at least have a pretty good Hulk story inside of Secret Wars. But that's just my thoughts. Go ahead, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below. Are you excited?
Yeah, so what we talked about earlier, I think if they bring the Incredible Hulk back, I think it will create excitement for the MCU. I know that we'll get at least some people back like me. There are a lot of reasons why I don't really care about MCU as much as I did back then. Maybe it's because of the lack of quality. Maybe it's because of the lack of storytelling. You know, whatever it may be, if they can just go ahead and just make that one little correction to where you're like, okay, the Incredible Hulk is the Incredible Hulk again. And that already makes me looking forward to any movie that he's going to be involved with, because it's been so long since we've seen him Hulk out and just beat the crap out of the enemies and the villains. And I'm so ready to see that again. We need one of these OG, Avengers to be at their fullest strength, because we know Thor is no longer at his fullest strength. Even though he has the Odin Force, the Thor Force, I don't think they're ever going to really let him go completely wild, because if you know the comics, the Thor Force and the Odin Forces are like, obviously they're gods, and it's supposed to be rivaling probably the strongest of the strongest out there, right? And they're never going to do that. It's going to make their movies too simple. But the least you can do is make the Incredible Hulk again. And whatever your thoughts are on this topic, do you agree with me? Do you agree with the Cosmic Wonders? I'm sorry, he doesn't really put an opinion there, but what did you think of his, discussion about the movie? What do you think about my reaction to his video? What are your thoughts or your opinions on the topic itself? Whatever your comments are, leave it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that post notification bell so you know every time we're uploading a new video for your entertainment. And guys, stop the hate, spread the love, and I hope you guys have a great one.